We're on multiple platforms: YouTube, BitChute, YouTube, and Rumble. Whatever platform you're watching us, thanks.
And let me jump in here real quick. If you're on YouTube, we really need your help by subscribing. So just take a second to click that subscribe button. Really help us out.
Okay. So in this segment, given that Biden had gone over to Ukraine, or not Ukraine, but Poland, had gone over to Poland and was saying some things, and like immediately, and we mean like pretty quick immediately, they were being walked back by the administration.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, okay, the president gets up and addresses the world only for the administration to address the world and walk back what he says at the podium.
And what comes to my mind instantly is, did we see that with President Trump? No. Did we see that with President Obama? No. Maybe it happened with Nixon. That's been so long ago I can't remember, but I don't know of a president that's ever happened with.
Well, as these topics or positions or statements were being retracted and walked back, I said, who the heck is president here? I mean, who? Because, if the president says we're going to go after Russia, then okay, that's what the president says, we do it. But it's like he's telling the military guys about saying you're going to be going into Ukraine, because he says you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see the damage. You'll see this. You'll see that. Only for the administration. Whoa! We're not sending them into Ukraine. So who is running the show?
Well, it seems to me in Biden's mind that's what he wants to do.
Well, I thought he probably. I'll give him this much credit. He's probably saying what we all wish we could say, but kind of know that we can't really do.
Well, I don't know. Not clear on what you mean there, because I don't want any of our troops in Ukraine.
Well, but
I'm with President Trump on that. No more wars that we can't win. We're going to send our young men and women to die in for. And you know what? I'm not convinced we have a good guy and a bad guy there. I just don't know enough, and the media is a lie. So, and they're all for the Ukraine, which makes me suspicious.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. I'll yield that to you. It's just that you see the refugees pouring into Poland, Moldova, and I think even Romania.
Yeah, well, they're getting
and it pulls at your heartstrings.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think that's what's happening.
Well, in any conflict, the civilians, including the Civil War in this country, they always pay the price.
So, and I'm thinking, okay, well, if the administration is walking this back, but it even goes beyond that.
Yeah, who in the administration is walking it back?
Well,
and who made that decision?
Yeah, but then Trump is, or not Trump, Jesus Christ. Biden is given like a press conference. He takes a question from Peter Doocy, which it's kind of funny. Doocy is to Biden what Acosta was to Trump when you think about it.
It's not malicious, I don't believe.
I would agree. I would agree. But I just kind of thought, Doocy's kind of doing to Biden what CNN was doing to Trump. Okay, but he's Doocy said, hey, what made them walk back what you said? And of course now he's denying that what he said. He denied he said it. He denied it was walked back. And they did a zoom in. He had like a cheat sheet card. Did you hear about
that? Yeah,
this?
I saw it actually.
Yeah. If you go to the Gateway Pundit, because they did like a snapshot of it. He had like this cheat sheet card, and he couldn't even read it right. He couldn't even read the walk back right. And who wrote the card? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who's running the show? Who's really the president? Who wrote this card? Who wrote the walk back statement? I mean, and ultimately my concern is I'm not a fan of invoking the 25th Amendment And I gotta wonder if whoever is really running this country is setting the groundwork for the 25th Amendment. You know?
Well, they ran a test run, Nancy Pelosi did, on Trump. And we did a video at the time saying we didn't think it was about Trump. It was going to be about Biden. And I think we're getting very... Maybe in some measure they want Biden to be Biden to make that argument.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not in... First of all, I'm not in favor of either the 25th or impeach, because then we're stuck with Kamala. And
No.
I guess...
You want to hear my theory about that?
All right.
That'll be a fill-in for a minute, because she will be very impeachable.
Well, I even wondered, 25th Amendment for him, impeach for her. But then what? I mean, because you think they're just going to let the Speaker of the House be president?
Well, let me ask you this question, and I'll throw this out there as a hypothetical. So they get rid of Biden because he's incompetent, which I would not argue with. I think
no arguments.
The 25th Amendment applies here more than ever.
Oh, most certainly.
Other than perhaps, I think it was Woodrow Wilson who had a stroke and wasn't there for 2 years, and allegedly his wife ran the country. At any rate, let me go back to it now. I know what it is. It was, so you get Joe out, Kamala constitutionally becomes president.
Yes.
She then will nominate someone to be vice president, and I suspect it would be a Michelle Obama, it would be a Hillary Clinton, and you know what? If she were stupid enough, and I believe she might be, to nominate Hillary Clinton, that's like putting a target on your head. So they'll impeach her, get her out. Hillary gets her just deserves, because she deserves to be president. It was her turn in 2016. And I think that's how you get to Hillary Clinton president, and then the as Glenn Beck will say, the Great Reset is on.
Well, and I just want to do a quick walk down memory lane, going back to the assassination attempt of Ronald Reagan, and for a good few hours, he was unconscious due to an operation because he got shot. And in those few hours, there was actually a struggle for who. I mean, it was almost like the Constitution didn't matter. There was a little power struggle of who was in charge.
And Alexander Haig, who was clearly shaken up by the president being shot, and he was there. And I think Vice President then Herbert Walker Bush was away from the White House.
Well, and the thing of it is, the story I heard was there was actually, debate. I'm in charge. It's almost like I got the impression, damn the Constitution. Well, we need to get through this.
That's one possibility, and I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But there's also, and I run into this all the time with viewers, they don't understand the process of who's president and who's next in line. So I think it's a matter of lack of knowledge by these people who run our government.
To come back to what I initially was saying is, who the heck's running this country? I know many months ago in a segment I speculated that the deep state doing what the deep state does in some regard has this country on cruise control, and whoever engaged cruise control, they're the ones controlling Biden,
Yeah, he's mentally not there. Like I said, I've said this before. I'm not going to mock him because he doesn't have it. He's gone. I didn't like him when he was there, but he's gone now.
Well, when he can't even read his cheat sheets notes correctly, it's bad. But then I thought, well, who wrote that for him? Clearly he didn't.
Well, presidents don't write all their speeches and stuff, but this is well beyond that.
But for someone to write what he needed to say in damage control.
Yeah.
Am I the only one coming to that point is
No, I see people all the time throwing that question out, and of course they say who they think it is. And please, in the comment section, if you're still watching at this late date, let us know who you think's running this country, because it sure as hell isn't Joe Biden.
heck, it could be a collection of godless individuals for all we
Yeah.
know. So that's all I got. If you're still hanging around, thanks for watching, everyone. Any final thoughts?
No.
All right, okay. That's it for now. See you in the next one. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.